Hey guys, it's Scrappinkaty, and during the month of March, I will be playing along with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, where every day in March, well, except the last one, we will take a sketch and put our own spin on it.
Here is a look at the sketch for March 1st. And as you can see, I love the tags across. I love the somewhat big title and then the one photo because I just have so many everyday occasions or activities that I like to scrapbook. I know some of you don't. So you want multiple photos, but this particular photo, I only have one photo. And so I'm going to use that. The only thing is I am going to, my photo's landscape. And so I'm going to rotate the sketch and we're going to do it like that. And I'll be using this photo of me and my brother and my sister. You can see there. And so, yeah, let's get started. I have everything pre-cut, so this should go pretty fast. Okay, so I am building this on a 12 by 12 white daisy cardstock. I do have some charcoal cardstock that I trimmed down to 11.5 by 11.5. And you notice some missing. That is a mat for my photo. Instead of just breaking out another piece of cardstock, I just chopped a little square, a little rectangle out of that. And then I have this pretty green paper that I'm going to be using. It is an avocado stripe. It's from the new In Bloom collection. I am loving it. And you can see there, my photo has a double mat, so it's got that charcoal and then a white daisy. And I'm able to just hide that little piece that's missing. And I have several strips of pattern paper. Now these vary in widths from 2 inches to 2 1/4, 2 1/2. You can see here I've just pulled colors from the photo. So my sister's shirt's kind of like a papaya, and then my brother has the gray and the blue. So there's the gray, and then of course Harbour, and then I'm kind of just all over the place. Blue, and I've even got Sundance. So I've just pulled these, and I'm hoping to use them. Right now, the longer pieces are cut to 7 inches, but I can definitely trim those down. And what we're going to do is, instead of tags, I'm going to roll them up. But there's another, I need another strip of paper. So let me see what would go good with that. So I just cut, this is the back side to this one. I just cut it in two. It was a 2-inch strip, and I think I'm going to utilize that as the strip right here. And also that'll make it really easy for me to adhere these strips down to. So I've got adhesive on there, and then I want to put that one right there. This one right there. Go ahead and turn this one over and get adhesive on it. So I need to move these strips over here because they're not going to span the entire. So I need to make sure. So that looks about equal. I usually don't measure like this. I am a firm believer in pulling out the ruler and measuring. So we've got that one. And then, I really only have room for this one. So let's turn that over and see how that looks. Yeah. And I think I will trim this a little to match the other side. And then get these taped down. So they're going to be taped down probably that much. And then remember, we're going to roll them instead of do tags. And I'm going to roll them at various heights. Let's just pull my photo back in to see how that's going to look. Okay, so far, and then the embellishments will come in. So to roll these, Just going to kind of kind of make a crease and then just start rolling. And I love that this pattern paper that I'm using is two-sided. So you can see the other pattern. So I'll just do the rest of those off camera and I'll be right back. So I finished rolling those and then I pulled out, you guys know my favorite stamp set. It's in perfectly perfect patterns. Perfectly imperfect patterns. Hey, I can use it, I can't say it. And I love it because it just kind of gives me the look of splatters without having to get really messy, which is always good since I've already applied my photo down here. So I'm just going to apply this here and there. I'm going to make sure there's no ink on my block. And then you can see here I rolled it. I just used liquid adhesive. Definitely got better with the rolls. These are kind of, these are kind of creased and these are perfect rolls. But I like that. And then I'm going to go grab something for my title and then that little cluster up here. So I'm going to pull in the sticker sheet for In Full Bloom, which matches this pattern paper right here. There are these little tabs that I want to use. And maybe Happy Times. I just love stickers. It makes it really easy. So I'm going to take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and take the sticky off of some of these stickers using my anti-static pouch. Let's do Pure Joy. And then Happy Times is separate, so I may actually just use those as actual stickers. And then I may do Remember This. I'm not going to do a whole lot of flowers simply because I'm not a floral person, and then of course my brother's not. So I think we'll do that, and then let me pull some more. So I have a piece of paper that matches this, cut down to 8 by 2.5. And I'm going to cut my title out of some metal dies. This alphabet, the slim alphabet. But to make it really easy, because it is slim, I'm going to attach an adhesive sheet to the back side of this paper. And then that way, when I cut it, it basically becomes a large sticker. So it's got 2 adhesive backing sheets. So you just peel one of them off and then just adhere to the back side of the paper that you want to show. And then in this case, I'm going to use the Thin Line Alpha, and I'm going to spell out siblings. And I need to find my tweezers. Just makes it easier. So, S. And then I usually like to space these in a manner that I can use the other part at some point. So, sib. And then I'll just take this I and put it right there. And I'm going to spell out siblings, plural, but I might not use the S because my title might be Sibling Love. And then the S. Got a glue dot or something on that. Okay, so I'm going to go run this through my die cut machine right quick. and then we can start embellishing this layout. Okay, so I cut this out and then laid it on here and quickly saw that I kind of want those to pop a little bit more. So then I cut out a second set using Harbour cardstock. And I'm just going to show you a couple of these in case you are new to adhesive sheets. You just peel that backing off and basically it becomes a sticker. And so I'm just going to make sure my S's are the same way. And I am just going to offset this just a tad, and that way it makes it look like it's a shadow. And I think it's going to pop a whole lot more. It's still going to be subtle, but I definitely wanted to bring that striped paper down to the bottom. So I'm going to repeat the process with the eye. Again, you can quickly see how quick these adhesive sheets are. And then your shadow just basically wants to be, or needs to be, the same for each letter. So I'm going to repeat that process and then get that glued down, and then we can start our other clusters with my sticker sheet. So I found the center of the word sibling, and it was L. And so I placed the L down first in the center of the photo, and then I like to work myself out. There's really no, from that point, there's really no right or wrong. I just always find that I usually go this way first, and then I come back to the beginning. Now you can see here that I did not add adhesive sheets to that cardstock, so I'm having to add liquid adhesive, which is perfectly fine. It sure is easier when you have those adhesive sheets and you can just peel the backing off. Okay, so we've got sibling. I think I'm going to leave this here. That's one of those stickers that I took the adhesive off the back. And then I pulled a lot of stuff from my stash. So I have these little, I guess they're like little cloth labels. I had some of these cardboard stars that I'm kind of digging this placement right here. And then I found this little button that says love. Now granted, that's not really a green I want to add to here. And then maybe remember this photo op. Okay, so what I am sure about is I'm sure about these stars. So that's usually how I start. I lay everything out, and then if I am sure, those things get glued down. I could do this, I don't know about you, but I could do this all day long. Just sit here and play with embellishments. And then at some point, you just have to say, it's going down. So I'm going to tuck this in right here, making sure that I can still see, remember. And let me get that tail off of the top. And, you know, I thought about 3D foam tape for these stars, but I think they've got enough dimension just with the corrugated, whatever you call that. So I like all in the family. So maybe that. Or should I do family photo? Because this actually matches this color pretty close. So I'm going to do that. So I'm actually going to use glue dots for the back of that. This is like real fabric. I've had these for so long, but it's real fabric on the back. And I usually don't like to use liquid adhesive for like fabric or ribbon or anything like that. And we are just going to add that right there. Okay, so I found a wooden heart and a stamp set that says love, and I'm going to stamp the word love on a scratch piece of paper and then cut it out and put it over the heart. So while I'm doing this, let me remind you that if you aren't already a subscriber, if you'll hit that subscribe button and sign up for notifications, so you'll be alerted the next time I post a crafty video. That helps me out. And then also go ahead and hit the like button. That lets YouTube know that you liked what you saw here, and it helps you out because it then shows you more videos of the same, and then it helps me out, of course, because it lets YouTube know that people are liking my videos. So I just dovetailed those. I did get a little bit of, because I cut my stamps apart, so I did get a little bit of that ink on the end of there. So I think I'm going to do some doodling marks around the edge. And then I am going to get this heart glued down. It's kind of weird having hearts and stars on the same layout, so we may add some hearts in another place as well. And let me go ahead and get, instead of doodling, I'm just going to edge distress this just to make it pop. And to be consistent, I'm going to do that base, that white daisy 12 by 12 base as well. I'll do that off camera so you guys don't have to watch that. So sibling love, make sure that that is straight with my photo. Looks like it is. So let me go ahead and ink distress the edges. So finishing this up here, again, it just kind of finishes off the layout. And then the last thing I want to do is doodle around here. And I'm going to use my dark blue pen, only because my sponging around the edge is Harbour. My ink splatters are Harbour. My love that I stamped onto that piece in the middle of the heart is Harbour. And even though I've got some black on those little sticker tags and that little cloth tag, even though I've got some black, I kind of want to stick to this dark blue. So I think that just adds it. I'm going to add little heartstrings down here, maybe one up here in the corner. Again, kind of just evening out those splatters as well. And then let's add one right here. And then I'm going to pull out some more of those wooden hearts and just see if I need to add any more. I don't think I do. It actually looks a whole lot better than I thought, but let me play around with that here in just a second. So if I do put them, I want little bitty tiny ones. And I want them to be the same color. So I've already found some dark ones, but so maybe there. And I feel like something needs to be in this corner, but not a whole lot. So actually, I think I'm going to do that. And again, that just kind of creates a triangle with these hearts. It makes it kind of look like the hearts weren't a second thought. I'm going to put this on the outside here. Just hold those down for a split second because it does not take long for that to dry. And I think I'm going to do some strip journaling right here. And that will kind of cover up that corner. So that is that. Let me bring back the sketch for a second. So here's the sketch, and if you recall, I flipped it so I can have a landscape photo, and then instead of tags, I just simply rolled that pattern paper, and it helps that the back side of that pattern paper is also a pattern, and that way you can kind of see a pattern instead of just plain paper. So I'll leave the links down below to all the other YouTube channels that are playing along. Again, this is a whole month-long monthly sketch challenge, so 30 days of sketches during the month of March. If you are a follower of mine, you know that I usually try to play along the entire month. Life kind of gets busy, so it'll be here and there, and that's why it's important that if you want to, hit the subscribe button and sign up for notifications, and then when I do play along, you'll be alerted that I've posted a video. So thank you so much for stopping by and watching. You guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you tomorrow with day number 2.